Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and I'm back to the Night Cage. We're going to try to escape with our candles intact. Specifically, I am playing with the expansion, the Shrieking Hollow, which is pretty freaky, as you will see. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So if you didn't see my previous video for the Night Cage, you have 4 or 5 characters represented by these little candles, and they'll be moving through these tiles, trying to avoid monsters like wax eaters, and trying to each find a key so that together the 4 of them can open one of these gates and escape from the nightmarish hell that they are trapped in. If all the keys run out, or if all the gates run out, or if the tiles just disappear, or other terrible things happen, then you lose. And it's a very straightforward game, so I'll explain the basic mechanics as we go, but let me show you some of the new elements. So Shrieking Hollow has a bunch of new types of tiles. The cracked T's, the cracked crossroads, these new watch keys which replace the original keys. You always use those, same with the shrieks. But they have path breakers and light eaters and other special new enemies and things. And they also have several new cards and new modules you can play the game with. One of them is Night Terrors, which is basically a randomized way to make your game tougher, and I randomly got Light Eaters. So I'm going to play with sort of the base game plus Shrieking Hollow, plus some people eating my light, and that'll be it. So definitely not even close to the hardest the game can be, but it'll probably be hard enough. But the biggest addition to the game is this sideboard, the Hollow. When you fall into a pit, you will come down into the depths here, and then this creature, the Other, will slowly advance out of the darkness, and eventually, if you don't manage him well enough, he'll come out and just eat almost the entire board. And then he goes back into the Hollow, rinse and repeat. He's a little terrifying, but he's the biggest new element in the game, and yeah, we'll see how he works. So again, you have to play with at least 4 characters, although you can play with 5. They each start with 1 nerve token. And I'm going to begin the game by having them each drop in onto one of these start tiles. And they can be near each other or far away. I tend to like to pair them up, so I'll have blue drop in here. And before the next person drops in, each character can see 1 tile down paths going off their current tile, as long as their candle is lit. If their candle goes lights out, then they can only see their current tile, and they're basically just blindly scrabbling in the dark. So I'm going to take tiles from the top of this really big stack of tiles. For those who played the original Night Cage, a huge difference that is a great difference is that with the expansion, you divide up the tiles into sets, and each set has at least 1 key and at least 1 gate. So you don't have games where it's just like impossibly difficult to win simply because of the luck of the draw. All right, so blue got 2 4-way tiles, one of them being cracked. It'll break into a pit after they move through it. Green's next, and hey, let's have green and blue together. And also, I don't want to draw too many tiles, so there we go. And then we'll have yellow and red kind of be off in their own land. And you draw 1 tile at a time, and you get to decide where it goes before you place the next one. On the main board, everything wraps around. So like this tile, if I moved here, would connect down to this tile. And same thing with left to right. Okay, and then red, let's, yeah, that's okay. Let's do that. So we have to draw 1 more tile. We'll do that kind of thing. All right, so now we get to our actual turns. What can you do on your turn? You have to either move 1 space or stay and discard a tile off the top of the pile, and you don't know what that's going to be. It could be one of those keys or gates you desperately need, but then you gain 1 nerve, although you can only hold 2 nerve at a time. And they do this little tile to keep track of whose turn it is and also to show whether you are moving or staying. Oh, hold on to your candle, buddy. Now, what can you do with the nerve that you start with or the nerve you get from staying? You can move again, so take a second turn or even a third turn in a row. You can block if a monster attacks you. You can charge into a monster. And a big one is at the end of the game, you're going to slowly be like destroying the board and just taking off tile after tile. But you can sustain with a nerve to prevent that. All right, so but blue is first. And because they are on a cracked tile, if they stay there or when they move off of it, it's going to turn into a pit. And that is super important for the Hollow, as you'll see, because after we get off of our starting tiles, after all of them have already turned into pits, anytime we make a pit after that is going to cause the Other to advance in the Hollow, to crawl up towards the waking world. So we got to be really careful of tiles like that that will make a pit. So with that in mind, I guess I'll have blue go here. And they got this whole little order of operations, most of which won't apply on most turns. So I've chosen to move. I moved. Now I form any pits that I left behind. You can move into a pit to jump into it if you want. Then you fall into the hollow. And if you fall into a pit in the hollow, you come back to the main board. The other moves, if a pit was formed, unless somebody with a lit candle is in his spot. So I might have, I don't know, green jump into or stay in that pit after they move. Then monsters will attack, and then you discard tiles you can't see anymore. That's the darkness part, and then light tiles that you can now see. So in this case, blue can still see that pit, so nothing is darkened, but we're going to add some more tiles to these sides. And yeah, I mean, right now it doesn't matter too much. You always start out with 10 tiles that are friendly on top of the pile. We'll now be very soon getting into the actual monsters and keys and gates and everything else. All right, so that was blue. Green is up now, and you cannot occupy the same tile as another player. The sole exception to that are the gates that you need to actually use to win the game. Any number of people can be there. I'm a little scared to go here because it's a little dangerous to light tiles that connect prisoners together because you might have a creature come out. But anyway, got to either do that or stay. So let's go ahead and try. Can we get this? Let's use that one first because, again, if I drew a monster in between green and red, it'd be very bad. It'd be pretty much impossible for one of them to not get attacked by it. And then another T. Okay, so we're still in the friendlier tiles. That's cool. All right, yellow's up. Let's go down here, I guess. So now's the first time we're going to check for darkness. So notice that nobody is looking. Oh, sorry, the pit forms. Notice that nobody can see this tile anymore. Nobody can see it, and there are 4 orthogonal directions going down passageways. So this is just discarded. And then I got to draw for this, wrapping around to there. And it's a one-way passageway with cracks. Okay, and red's up. And sure, let's go over here. Leave yellow just surrounded by pits. And, oh, here we go. It's already our first watch key. That's unusual. So watch key gets a key on it. If a prisoner moves in there, they can get the key, but then afterwards it will turn into a pit. So it's a cracked tile, basically. Each prisoner can only hold one key at a time. They can pass it to other prisoners that they become adjacent to. And remember, the main goal of the game is for all 4 prisoners to find a key. Now, in the expansion, these are called watched keys, and you use different tiles that have these little arrows on them. Because whenever somebody gets a key, it kind of pisses the other off, and he forces everyone that is currently in the hollow to shoot back to the main board, which is a problem if you want one of your characters to be in here preventing him from moving when pits are formed. So yeah, I'm going to have to sort of figure that out here. But for now, red's sees a key, and we're back around to blue. So green's about to make the other move because a pit's going to be formed. So I'll probably just let him fall into the pit and have blue move here. Okay, so nobody can see that. That's the only one that goes away. And we get, first, a Wax Eater. So this is the basic monster from the base game. You tend to have 12 of these if you're playing on the normal difficulty. And if these Wax Eaters attack you, you have to discard 3 tiles off the top of the deck, although you can defend with 1 nerve to make it only 2 tiles, because remember, when you discard tiles, you might lose the keys and gates you need to win. But then additionally, maybe the nastiest thing about them is that they make you go lights out where you can't see around you. And the only way to get your light lit again is to find your way adjacent to another one of the prisoners. But they don't move unless they are alerted by movement. You know, think of them like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. So they can't see over this pit to attack that. And they won't attack blue unless blue moves within their view. But in this case, well, we haven't drawn for this yet. Hopefully this is a safe tile. Nope, it's a shriek. So shrieks are interesting. They get placed on the board just like other tiles, but you can't move into them. And they stay there just kind of being a blocking point, even if you don't have light on them. So even if like blue moves back here, which is pretty much his only option to not get shot by that Wax Eater, the shriek will still remain here even when nobody can see it. And it's pretty much a countdown because when the 3rd shriek and the 6th shriek, there are 6 of those tiles in the pile overall. When the 3rd and 6th come out, the other advances whether or not there is light on him. So it's not that dangerous when there's only 1 shriek, but when there's 2 and 3, you really got to watch out. But that's okay. Blue can just retreat right back to there, and then the Wax Eater won't kill him. Next is green, and he is going to choose to stay, so he will get a 2nd nerve, the max he can hold. And then because he stayed, this pit will just form underneath him. Now, I believe I'm doing this right. The original game and this game, I just sometimes get the timing wrong. So I think it says falling happens, then the other moves if a pit was formed, then landing happens. So I do not think green is going to prevent this first other movement, but they will be there to prevent more. So yeah, I guess I should have had blue jump in the pit. So the other's first segment comes up to these little, you can see every 2 spots has like a little set of heads or skulls or something. And then green lands. The hollow does not wrap around from top to bottom, but it does wrap around from side to side, so I can move from here to there. But it doesn't really matter much. I'll just land here, which means I have to draw 1 tile to land on. I mean, actually, I forgot to draw my... Yeah, okay, so that's the one that I discarded. Nothing important to fall. And then, okay, I get that. Go like that. And then I get... Oh, crud. This is a light eater, the extra people I added in. So what this does is you immediately have to pick someone that's not adjacent to any other prisoners, and their light goes out. I'm going to pick yellow. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to pick green because I don't really care what they're about to reveal. And when red gets the key, they're going to be shot out of here anyway. So yeah, because their light immediately goes out, they don't reveal this other tile. And technically, this guy would turn into a pit after making somebody's light go out. But since he can't be seen anymore, he's also removed. And actually, a lot of stuff is removed because nobody can see that, or that, or that, or that. All the stuff that green was hanging on to. All right, so yellow is next, but green doesn't have a candle prevent the other from moving right now, so I think yellow might actually just stay and get a nerve, because I don't want to go into another tile that's going to make a pit. I might just have them jump in a pit after green gets out of there to prevent the other from moving. All right, so I got to discard something, though. Oh, crud, it was a key. So there's only 7 watch keys at the base difficulty, so we can only afford to have 3 go away without getting them, and that's one of them. Great job, yellow. All right, so now it's red's turn. So they are going to move, and they get the first key. All right, so that immediately moves green out of the hollow. We'll get rid of their tile in a second. And they will get to fall into any completely empty tile, so not one that is lit, after red, the player that actually got the key, finishes doing their stuff. So first things that can't be seen anymore go away, which is, I think, just that one. Oh, and just to note, technically if the Wax Eater could have seen red through the wrapping around, they would have attacked in all directions and hit blue, but the pit interrupted their line of sight. So even though red did move, they couldn't see it. All right, so I got rid of darkness, new light. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where I want green to land to try to get their candle relit, but there we go. Okay, and yeah, now green pops in, and I mean, this is a pretty good spot, right? It should make it easy for them to maybe get some help from red relighting their candle. So when you fall, you just draw something random. Ooh, okay, that was actually lucky. And yeah, if you fall like onto a monster, you get attacked automatically, then have to scramble off of their space. But that was good. That was good. Okay, so we got green back. Nobody's watching the other. But as long as we get somebody in there before red makes their pit, we'll be fine. All right, so blue's up, and yeah, let's get away from the Wax Eater. So he technically, since he saw movement, attacks in all 4 directions, but he can't shoot over the pit, and there's nobody else to hit, so he's just going to go away when he's unlit now. We do have to put out a lot of new tiles. Let's do that one while it's safe. I like that. Okay, and that one's fine, too. And then, all right, so nothing happening, 2 negative there, although now we're going to have a lot more crazy tiles later. All right, now green is up, and they have to move 1 space and cannot stay unless they spend a nerve to stay. So when you don't have a candle, you're kind of freaking out, so it's a lot harder to stay put. And yeah, if you choose to stay by spending a nerve, you don't also get a nerve. In this case, though, I want to get next to red to light my candle back up. So let's have green go here. And immediately now red says, hey, what's up, buddy? And lights them, so they're good to go. Which means, yeah, I guess no vision is going to change, right? Because green's just right where they were to see stuff before. Okay, now I know red's about to trigger a pit, so yellow is going to just take it like a champ and go hang out with the other. So, what have we got? Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Nothing too bad, although I only have 1 option to go, and that's to there. All right, that was a reasonably nice result. Okay, now red is up, and I don't want to open up a ton of new stuff, so let's actually just go back here for now. So that'll be unlit. Oh, and actually all this stuff was already unlit from yellow leaving, and that was unlit too. I should pay attention to. By the way, little edge case for line of sight. If you can see a tunnel dead ending at the wall of another tile, you technically can see that tile because it's like you're locking it down with the wall that it inhabits. I think that's how they explain it at least. Wait a second, this would have gone away too before red moved up. Okay, I think I got all the rest of that right. So that turns into a pit, but the other does not move because yellow's keeping watch on it. And red just gets this single Cruddy little pit forming tile there. All right, how about blue now? I guess we can kind of stay close together for now. So all of this stuff is gone. And we get just another 4-way that'll break. All right, so greeny green. They already have 2 nerves, so I guess they'll move over here. Okay, and everything's still seen. Ooh, there's our first gate, which, doesn't necessarily mean anything. You have 4 of them, and they are seated throughout the pile, so you just don't want to lose all of them. Oh, there's a second shriek, which means crud. Yellow's about to potentially be eaten. They better run up as high as they can. And remember, the only type of tile that multiple prisoners can stand on is a gate. All right, so yeah, it is yellow's turn. And at the moment, if the third shriek comes out, whoa, that guy would eat him, and he would get sent back to the main board. We would lose 3 tiles. His light would go out. It's all bad. So let's have him try to climb his way out. Okay, we had a 4-way. Even though it's not ideal, I don't want to have him be locked in if next one's a negative. Nope, it's just a single thing. That does turn into a pit, but the other doesn't care about pits being formed in the hollow. And again, if yellow jumped into that pit or fell into it, they would go to the main board. And because I don't want yellow to be eaten, I'm actually going to spend one of their 2 nerve to immediately take another move. Now they're out of range if the third shriek comes out and the other moves up. Okay, we got a T. Let's put that up here in case they want to move more. And then another 1-way. And okay, so nothing too interesting. Where are the other keys? All right, red is up now. Should he move down here? Yellow's pretty safe to defend stuff. But if there's a monster on the other end, he would have nowhere to go. Well, I guess he could just fall in a pit. Yeah, so sure, why not? He'll just move down here, and it'll wrap around. Oh, it's another key. The reason I say shoot is because red already has a key. Now, if I can maybe send green next to him to take his key, then red could still get that key. Or alternatively, I could have green go up here to theoretically get a passage to see the key themselves. But it seems like the passing the key option is easier. Okay, but either way, blue is next. Oh, did any tiles go away? No, we can see that one. I think that was it. All right, so blue. I don't think I want to go down here because green and red are going to have some stuff to do on their own. So we'll just have to lose that gate and go up. Oh, I guess blue could also see the key or what's next to the key soon. Let's see. Okay, we got a T. Might as well connect everything, right? Oh, and there's the third shriek. So this one gets discarded, the third one drawn. The other 2 turn into pits, although there is a decent chance that they will just go away from line of sight in a second. The other crawls up and eats all of this stuff, but does not get to yellow. And then I forgot, yellow is actually ejected whether or not he got hurt. Nothing bad happens. His light doesn't go out. He doesn't have to lose tiles. But yeah, he does come back to the main board, which means all these tiles are gone as well. All right, again, we're going to finish blue's actions before we drop yellow in. Oh, there's a wax monster. We'll have them go there. Okay, good. Something more innocuous to be able to dodge away from it. Where should yellow go? Oh, I guess yellow could go next to the key, right? Or yellow could go here next to the gate to lock that down. I kind of like that option. Okay, it's another shriek already. So yellow has to scramble off immediately because that's still a blocked thing. I don't know. They'll go up toward the key, I guess. Oh, and they immediately get another key. What the heck? Okay, cool. But we still got to keep drawing more tiles. Yeah, we'll put that one there. I don't want like a monster to end up next to the other key. Okay, so some normal stuff. And that is 1 out of 3 shrieks for the next thing to go off. And yeah, the pits that the shrieks turned into are still visible. Remember, that wasn't yellow's turn. That was just the end of blue's turn. So green is up now. All right, so I think we're just going to have to say goodbye to the gate and suck it up. So green will go down here, which means we can't see a lot of stuff. All right, and red will immediately give green the key. At least I think it's immediate before we see the new stuff. Well, it didn't matter. All right, now crud. The other's going to move again. All right, yellow is going to get a second nerve and stay. Discarding just something innocuous. That's good. And the other will still move before they fall in if I'm playing that order of operations right. But it'll prevent the other from moving the next turn when red or whoever gets the key. All right, so, oh my gosh, he's coming out the next time he moves. But yellow can still fall in here. And if you move over the top, you come back to the main board. So it's not going to be a very long visit or anything. Oh, wait, crud. When red moves off this, he's going to make a pit. The key's going to eject yellow, and the other's coming out. Okay, there's nothing we can do about it. We can just try to dodge him a little bit. Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. We can just try to dodge it. So red will move here. That turns into a pit. Because I got a key, yellow's immediately ejected. But hey, things are going pretty well. Everyone except blue has a key. Okay, so I got to finish doing red's light and dark thing, and then we'll see where yellow ends and what the other does. So we're just getting one new tile. That's a lights out. What the heck? Let's have blue go lights out, because that'll take away the wax heater that's right next to them, and then they can just move right next to red. So yeah, that's really not too bad. Okay, so that becomes a pit right away. And all the stuff that only blue could see is gone. Oh, wait, not that one, because technically you can see into the wall. Oh, wait, technically I should have had the other come on for the first time before any of that happened. But you'll see how that's going to work. It's kind of crazy. So what you do is you find the next prisoner in player order, which is blue, whose lights are out. And in a 4-player game, you have the other come so that they're overlapping one line of tiles, and so that the next prisoner in order is in their direction, so they'll kind of overlap them. And then at the end of each prisoner's turn, they're going to come out until they've eaten that much of the board, and they just get rid of everything they go over. And at the end of each subsequent turn, so after blue's turn, then after green's turn, then after yellow's turn, he's going to come on until he's fully extended, and then he'll go away. But hey, we still need yellow to come on by. Where do I want you to go, yellow? I guess like maybe here in case something bad happens. They need to get to green to get help. Okay, that was a nice base. Yeah, let's try to lock down the number of intersections we have to reveal. And okay, that was pretty safe. And so now it's blue's turn, and the other is going to move. Want to jump in some pits or something here. Oh, why did I put yellow in the way? It's too late. I should have been thinking better. Okay, so yeah, blue is going to move. And they'll immediately get their light back. And what are they? Okay. Shoot. Yeah, this is a bad idea. There's no way blue can get out of the way. There's no way yellow can get out of the way. Because red can, like, jump into the pit and be safe. Okay, this is fine. I could have blue use their nerve to move one more, but I wouldn't do anything. They still wouldn't be far enough away. They can't move onto the space that red will turn into a pit. They can't move down there. Won't help them out at all. So yeah, they're just going to sit there and take it. So at the end of blue's turn, I think the shriek hangs around, since that needs to still be used to count it down, but everything else is going to get eaten. Oh, never mind. It says things that are covered by it turn into pits. Although, again, I don't think that will happen to the shriek. Yeah, for yellow being eaten, we lose 3 tiles, including our second gate. We got to be careful about that. And they go lights out, and they fall into the hollow. Isn't that just lovely? Okay, so that's what they got for now. Oh, wait a second. Why did I think red was going to be okay? They're going to get eaten too, because it's green's turn, not red. I should have had the other be one space further down. That would have worked out a lot better. You know what? Honestly, why doesn't everyone just go in the hollow? Because once we theoretically find the 4th key for blue, we'll all get ejected out of the hollow anyway. And also, green's going to be the only one with a friggin' candle. So, yeah, green's going to jump in. And whenever somebody falls into the hollow, they fall in the lowest unoccupied row. So I can't put green in the same row as yellow. Let's put here to have some options to catch up. No, that's a terrible start. Let's maybe go like that. Then we need 2 to connect. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. And this other one, that's also fine. Okay, but then, yeah, this is happening. And really, we can just take every single tile away except for that, that shriek, because the hollow is eating everything, and they're all going lights out, taking 3 damage each, and falling into the hollow. Yay! I guess we'll do it in player order. Let's have. I'm worried about putting red right there, because if we get like a wax eater or something, let's put them there just to be a little safer. And, hey, look at that! So they immediately get attacked for 3 more tiles. Oh shoot! I forgot to do the 6 tiles. So let's see. Okay, great. 2 wax eaters that'll never hurt us. The shriek still gets put on the main board, which means, oh man, the other's going to eat soon. Okay, that was the initial 6 damage, and now we're taking 3 more from that guy, which is another key. Uh-oh. Okay, and then they have to scramble off. Let's go here. And oh crap, it's a lights out. Oh, which means nobody has light. How the heck are we going to win with nobody having light? I don't think we are. Okay, well, yeah, okay, great. So, okay. And that turns into a pit, but I think they have to scramble away. It's another wax eater. We get hit by 3 more. Another key in our 3rd gate. Okay, and I don't know. Let's actually go down here. Hey, all right. So, yay. We can never get light again, and everything's terrible, but it's okay. Oh, God, I forgot blue still needs to land. Hey, and it's another wax eater. Oh, my gosh. Let's keep them all near each other, right? And okay, we got another wax eater gone from the discard. That's good, at least. Then they land on another wax eater. Okay, and another wax eater gone. Okay, and they have to go back up here. Hey, look. Okay, cool. All right, so blue has a key. They're all being shunted out of here. And we just gotta, I don't know how the heck, because we can't stay still without spending a nerve. We do have some nerve, but the idea of getting like all of us to a gate seems very difficult. And also, this fun guy hasn't even left yet. All right, so let's drop in order. So, God, please, no more wax eaters. Okay, that's cool. We have to be all near each other. We're never going to get to the gate. So this is green. Okay, we'll go like that. And then next is yellow. We'll go there. Okay. And I guess, well, I don't want to. I just hope it's not a wax eater so we all get hit. Okay. All right. So we're all like connected. And we're just going to have to try to find stuff. And I think he hangs out for one more turn. So it's yellow's up, and I guess they'll just crawl off into the darkness and hope it's a gate. Nope. Okay. Oh, that's right. That one's gone, so it could be the gate now. Okay, now he definitely goes away. Okay, I forgot we hadn't gotten the third shriek. Okay, red's turn. He'll move there, which will make a pit, even though he can't see it anymore, so the other's going to move. And he lands on a lights out guy who doesn't do anything except become a pit. Oh, crud. So is red going to be in the... Yeah, it forces red to fall. Gosh darn it. So technically he'll advance first from the pit being formed, and then how is red going to get out in time? I mean, the short answer is he's not. Unless he can find a pit, I guess. All right, blue's up. He's going to go here. And still no gate. Green's going to go here, I guess. And that's not a gate. It is a... Ooh, we could all like fall in the pit, maybe? I don't know. I've literally never been in this situation before. Yellow's up. I guess I'll move there. Oh, and it's a wax eater, which discards 3 of our last tiles. There's a high likelihood that one of them is the gate. No. Yep. All right. Well, there we go. We lose. Darn it. Oh, man. If I just not had the other eat us, like I could have limited the others eating by at least 1, then we would have still had 1 light left, and I think all this would have gone a lot differently. It was also bad luck that we had so many wax eaters near the bottom. But yeah, that is the Shrieking Hollow expansion. My kids have been loving this. The Night Cage is still a pretty random game where you're just kind of blindly dithering about, but I think the extra tactics of trying to be in the hollow to prevent the other from advancing too much, and then trying to rush ahead of him and then dodge him when he finally comes out, I think it adds great tension, it adds even more theme to the game, and does make it a bit more strategic than just the base game. And also, while I still find the timing in some rules a little bit confusing, I think the new rulebook does a nicer job of clarifying things. I love that you have these night terrors that kind of vary up the experience, although here clearly I made it too tough for myself with those light eaters. And yeah, I think the Night Cage is still a fun, kind of random, silly, thematic, good time, and this just makes it better. Definitely my favorite way to play. I don't think I'll ever play it with my kids again without the Shrieking Hollow expansion. All right, so thanks for watching, everybody. Good gaming, and we'll see you at the next stop.